Hello Aries, welcome to your reading, your weekly reading, your love reading for all my Aries out there who are looking for a message to do with their love life. If that makes sense, hopefully, yeah. So again, this is a collective reading, won't resonate with all you Aries, but hopefully it will resonate with some. Don't make it fit. If it doesn't, just come back next week, please, and hopefully that one will. Without further ado, let's get to it and see what Spirit has to say for Aries in love. Apologies for the noisy background. That's Miss Beanie. Miss Beanie is trying to disrupt everything. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to shine. So I think some of you have been a little in the doldrums. Yeah, I'm going to take this one as well. Heart-to-heart conversation. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So this looks to me like a situation has become a little bit, I don't want to say stagnant, but a little bit samey, a little bit mundane. I think it's time to reinvent what you had. That's what I'm getting to begin with. Let's just see what else we can say. What else can we say to Aries? How can we help them? Heart-to-heart conversation. So honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So by that, it means have a conversation where you discuss your needs with one another. What do you actually need from your other half? What do they need from you? And it could be considered as a hard conversation to have, and I think in some cases it is a hard conversation to have. But everyone has needs, and I never forget when I was married, we had a couple who were really good friends, and the male side of the said, well, I'm not psychic, I don't know what you need. And that's very true. We're not psychic. If you don't express your needs, no one will know. And your other half, just because they are your other half, they don't come with a book. You know, whether you're married, in a committed relationship, I think this is a committed relationship, may just be dating, but I think this is airing more towards committed relationship. You know, it's like when you start a new job. Thank you, Alice. It's like when you start a new job, you get given a booklet, don't you, of the terms and conditions of what they expect from you as an employee, and what their disciplinary procedure is, and what their health and safety procedure is. They give you everything that they expect from you. It's not dissimilar when you go into a relationship. It's a hard conversation, because nobody wants to say, well, this is what I need. I need this and that, A, B, and C. But it's much better to say that than to suddenly think, well, why aren't you doing this for me? And why aren't you doing that for me? Because 9 times out of 10, the other person doesn't know. So it's a good situation to have, not a good situation, sorry. It's a good way forward. So the priestess, yeah, you, the viewer, have been up in your head about it. You're not quite sure what to do. 5 of Wands, it's created a little bit of conflict between you both. It's time to be honest with one another. It's time, like I say, to express your needs, to say what you want. It's okay. It's okay to say what you need. It's okay to express what you want from the other person. Yeah. What else can we say to Aries? Spirit, what else can we say to Aries with regards to this? I think a lot of people are very, very shy of having that conversation because I think ultimately we've been what's the word I'm looking for? We've been sort of brought up to believe that you don't talk about your needs. Why would you talk about your needs? And if you have someone that you love and they love you, they'll know what you need. No, they won't. It's a sad state of affairs, but they won't. I mean, if you're just really lucky and you've got someone who does, then amazing. But it's actually very empowering to say what your needs are. You know, what you won't tolerate. And I'm not talking about leaving socks on the floor and things like that, although you don't know. Maybe that may be one of them. But how you deal with someone leaving their socks on the floor. Do you know what I mean? When it says here, allow your inner youthful spirit and fun to shine. Let's hypothetically say you leaving the socks on the floor is one of the things, then you know, don't do it in a nagging pessimistic way. Just try and deliver the message in a kind and positive and empathic way. I hope that made sense. But it is so important to express your needs. Yeah, you've both been just hanging on to what you've got, just in this position, not knowing how to move forward. Somebody's got to make the first move. Someone's got to offer the first light of this. And when that happens, movement will be there. You will move forward within the relationship. This conversation will move you forward within the relationship. The work that needs to be done is in the form of conversation rather than, I don't know, practical. And there's your stability. There's your Four of Wands. There's your happy home. Once you've had these conversations, which are so key, I urge you to have these conversations. And Matthew Hussey is a relationship coach, and there's no shame in having a look at that, because his advice is really, really good. He will say that I know when he started out, he was, you know, not necessarily a good boyfriend, so to speak, for want of a better way of putting it. And when he met his wife, she was very emotionally mature, and she didn't really expect anything from him, but she sat him down and said, but these are the needs I have. What are your needs? She was the mature one in. And thank God she was, because they are now very happily married. Matthew, I think I'm right in saying he wouldn't have even thought of opening up and discussing those things. It just takes one person to start the ball rolling. And the results will just be amazing. What else can we say to our viewer, our Aries viewer today? Two of Wands, yep. This is going to take both of you to do the work, not just one of you. One of you to start it for sure, but both of you to contribute. Seven of Wands, there's been a bit of conflict between you, but there's the wand of hope. I call that, this card, Seven of Wands, he's holding the wand of hope, and the wand of hope is this to move it forward. And look at that, the sun. You know, do the work, and the sun is just amazing. judgment. Just amazing. That's what the Spirit is saying to you. Have that conversation. You be the one, the person viewing this reading, you be the one to initiate the conversation, for want of a better way of putting it. What else can we say? Star, yeah, the healing again. This will be the healing for the relationship. 9 of Pentacles. Yep, that would be you standing in your power, taking ownership. Again, obviously the 9 of Pentacles is termed the single lady, but somebody else taking the responsibility. 7 of Pentacles, again, doing the work. It does take work. That's thank you, Alice. Yeah, not so much doing the work, but it does take work to do this sort of thing. Better communication will happen through this. Better communication will just naturally develop when you two start to trust one another. When you actually start showing a bit more vulnerability, showing what you need, and then letting them show you what they need, and the brand new beginning is there for you. Amazing. Yeah, this is what you need to do. This is what Spirit's saying. So I'm going to just get one last piece of advice for you, Aries, because I think this is pretty clear cut. You know, have the talks, have the conversations, but try and have, and I don't say this in any judgmental way, grown-up conversations where you're just sitting, discussing what you need. Don't get angry with one another. I mean, I'm not a relationship coach, but I've seen a lot of material, and I would advise you to look at Matthew Hussey on YouTube, because his relationship advice is very good. He's changed so much over the years. I used to watch him when he first started out, and his delivery is somewhat different to what it was, but he's very good, very, very good. Strongly advise him. Okay, what's our last piece of advice for Aries, please, Alice? Your angels say maybe. Okay, so actually that wasn't the first one, but I'll take it anyway. Yeah. So angelic approval is the message. And angelic approval means have these conversations. Your angels will be with you to help you through it. And when it says the angels say maybe, maybe this is where how you've got to go. Yes. Well, actually, they say yes at the top. So this is definitely the conversation you need. You're going to have the angels helping you. Revelation. You have a revelation. You certainly do have a revelation. It's to let your partner know what you need from them, if that makes sense. Rely on your inner sources. Rely on your inner guide, who will be speaking to the angels. And they're all there with you to help you. This relationship to me is quite stable in as far as I believe you are both at a stage where you are ready for this conversation. Otherwise, it wouldn't have come through like this. And I hope you do. I hope this resonates with at least one of you or some of you. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care all.